Yo, what's going on, guys? The Worst Duelist here. So today I'm coming at you guys with an agent deck profile. I really wanted to make this video for a couple reasons. One of them being it's just something that I've been testing a lot when I'm on stream or just in my downtime whenever I go on DevPro. I've been testing this list out a lot, just messing around with the new cards. And also a lot of the lists that I've seen online, with the exception of probably Lithium's, they all seem kind of not so great in the regard of, like, I feel like there's no like conceivable like end goal for these builds. So I kind of wanted to just showcase what I've been messing with here. And another thing, I've kind of been in a slump with content, so I figured this might be sort of a fun video to make because it is just like a kind of a cool deck. We don't have these cards out yet, but when it comes to stuff for the current format, I'm kind of at a dead end right now for content, so here we are with this. So digging on into the list, I will say that it is a combo deck. I mean, that could be quite apparent just by looking at it, but what we're trying to do here with this list is put up 2 to 3, or more like 3 to 4 interruptions through the ways of our Master Flare Hyperion, being able to copy our Venus to get all of our shine balls out and get a lot of advantage that way, going into Appaloosa plays or Herald type boards. You know, this card we'll probably have access to once all this stuff comes out. Hopefully whenever we have the agent cards, we'll have stuff like Baroness and anything else that isn't out yet. I know we'll definitely have like this thing and Retort Fusion, but anyway, let's just get on into the list. So starting off, we have 3 Majesty Hyperion. I decided to end up cutting the Master Hyperion after the announcement of the Guard of the Agents, just because realistically, what you need to do with this list is get into Fiber and then get into this guy, and then you pretty much have full combo through the ways of like Plague Spreader. So this guy being able to summon himself from the graveyard, I feel like is just a little bit better than having to rely on getting Hyperion out of your hand, because like, let's be honest, we're just never searching off Earth whenever we have Sanctuary, because you just won't even have Sanctuary until you're already past the point of when you would normal summon your Earth, because normal summon Earth is like half of the full combo, and then you need access to this guy in some way. But what he does is you can summon him from hand or grave by banishing an agent, and then you can banish a fairy monster from your hand. I might be hand or field, I don't know, my camera's in the way of the text on DevPro, but basically he's like a DD Crow, which is cool. He's a dark monster, which actually helps a lot as well because we are playing the Chaos Creator down below. But yeah, this is kind of like the main deck boss monster. It does have the ability to recur itself every turn. It is kind of understated, but yeah, moving on. We have our 3 Agent of Mystery Earth, of course, this being a not a level 2, this being a tuner, and of course our Searcher of the deck is rather important, because what we'll typically be searching with the Earths is our Neptunes. So what Neptune is basically you pitch him and you can revive an agent, and if he's banished by any card effect at all, if he just gets banished in general, you can add Sanctuary in the Sky to your hand, which a lot of the time what I use this card for is just the card to put back on top from Plague Spreader, so that we can kind of not end up going -1 off of the Plague Summon back. But the idea is normal summon Earth, go into Almirage, and then bring back Earth with this, and then go into Fiber, and if you have access to this guy, you're in there. I did honestly consider playing maybe one of the Master Hyperion, but you know, I don't know, that's just hasn't really been an issue so far, but because you still can make a board without going full combo, but I'm gonna have to test around with this a little bit more. This has kind of just been my most recent build since we've had the most recent announcements. And then we have the 1 Venus. It's not really a brick. I mean, obviously I don't want to draw this. There is lines where you can normal summon it and then like make plays that way as well, but typically you want this in deck so we can send it off of our Master Flare, and then he can simply just copy the effect and get all of our balls. You're gonna love my balls. For the rest of the fairy cards, we have triple Time Maiden. So the reason this is in the deck is because this is kind of like a Cyber Dragon to a degree. If you have no monsters, you can just summon it from your hand, and it's a fairy, which is rather important for playing through Interruption. Because, you know, say if your Earth gets ashed and then you are holding this, or you have already summoned this, then you can go into this to set up your Majesty Hyperion, bring back the Earth, and then go into Fiber, and then go into full combo. So it is a bit of protection, sort of like the best generic fairy extender that I could find. Maybe I'm missing something through the annals of dueling book search and DevPro search, but this was the best thing that I could find, so I included it here. The triple balls, these are kind of the bricks. You can get them out of your hand as well. These would be like the main bricks of it. It's just kind of just something that you have to concede to when you're playing a deck with agent cards in it, that you're probably going to have to include Shine Ball. When I'm playing Exodius here, although Exodius is insane from like back in the World Chalice days where you can just simply just put all your Shine Balls back and just keep abusing the hell out of Venus for link material. I did not go that route because it's just not very consistent. So we have one Eva here. This is sort of was something that I included in the deck for, I used to play Diviner before the search card was out, because Diviner plus this is still full combo, but now it kind of just serves the purpose of like, I can dump it off of this, or like if you draw it in tandem with this. It's just kind of like a generic card that will requeue advantage for you. I'm not even sure that's a word, but you know what I'm trying to say. This is honestly kind of more up to debate at this point, mostly because of the fact that I really only included it because we were playing Diviner originally to set up Dump Earth, special back, and then go into combo there. But I don't know, I included it just because it gives you free advantage. That is definitely something nice, and also milling it off of the chaotic whatever, the Chaos Ruler is absurd as well. Double Creator, if I was going to cut this, I probably would just put a third one of these in, because this makes your end boards just leagues better, because of the fact that like he can get your Plague back so that you can go into Baroness, and then you can revive your Chaos Ruler by his own effect, and then you can make like a Sanaphon with him, and you still have Plague Engraved to do more kinds of things with them. He makes Appaloosa lines a lot easier alongside of Master Flare and Baroness plays as well. Just overall fantastic in this deck. I'm not playing the Baby Dragons just because I feel like it doesn't really do anything by itself. Like, you really need to have access to your Agent Engine or the Chaos Dragons to really matter at all. Chaos Space was something that I considered as well, but I kind of ended up moving it out just for consistency's sake of just the deck's actual strategy. One Plague, this is a combo piece. This, of course, being the absolute 100% brick. There's not really a lot that you can do if you draw this guy besides summon Almirage, special back, make Fiber, but even then you're kind of already going downhill at that point. Of course, Fiber can special this out of your hand, but you're just going neg at that point, so not very good. Triple Orange. Card's insane. There's nothing I can really say about this. It's just Gamma. It's also a tuner that actually comes up. But yeah, Orange is just absurd. Just Gamma on crack. Then we have Ash. This one actually was Lancia for a time because of the fact that Lancia is a fairy. I was playing Lancia because of the fact that it would make your oranges live, but Ash is just too good to pass up. And then we have Triple Talents and Call by the Grave because of the fact that, you know, while we do have sort of a pseudo 1 card, 1.5-ish card combo, you can be quite susceptible to hand traps if your hand is filled with stuff like these hand traps, Shine Balls, etc., and so on. If you're just sitting with this guy with your thumb up your ass and you can't do anything, you kind of want that draw too. And if you do have a combo, then of course you still just look at their hand, and Call by is just an insane card. This card, of course, being absolutely insane. The Sacred Water of the Sky, of course, this being your catch-all searcher. It can even search your Majesty Hyperion, making your combo line just that much more consistent. Yeah, this card just absurd. This is everything that we needed. Honestly, though, personally, I would have liked a retrain of this. Basically, this card's text with this card's name at all times, sort of like one of those like a fusion substitute where it says this card is polymerization in all situations, very much something like that. Just an alternative field spell where this could just always kind of sanctuary in the sky, but we take what we get. This is absolutely very needed. We needed a rotor for this deck. And then we have the triple retort fusion and the one instant fusion, just making your ability to play through interruption just a little bit more consistent, just due to the fact that this is not only a fairy, a dark, but it's also a tuner, because like I said, realistically all you need to combo is this guy and access to Fiber, and then you have full combo. So this is going to do leaps and bounds for a list like this. Definitely a fantastic card. Retort Fusion is just going to be crazy when that card comes out. I'm very excited for this release. Probably actually in a few weeks at this point. Foolish, this is just copies of this guy. It can dump your Earths if you're sitting here with this and no way to get to your Earth. But that's kind of the main reasons here. Also, we can dump Eva, but like I said, Eva is kind of up for debate. I honestly forgot this was even still in this list. Like I said, I'm still testing it out just because it does just give you free cards. Upstart for consistency. And then we have the one Sanctuary in the Sky. Of course, you don't really want to draw this, but you know, it is what it is. You want to get it off of this, but like I said, it's mostly just here for just free advantage, just getting the free plus off this. You just put it back into your deck with Blake. Onto the extra deck, Mirage. This is a combo piece. Link Spider. This is for whenever you have to do plays with Link Spider when you're going for like an Appaloosa line off your Master Flare, or simply just playing off of your Venus. The Guard of the Agent's Moon. This card is insane for the deck. It just requires 2 fairy monsters. What it says is, on Link Summon, you can send one Sanctuary in the Sky or one card that specifically lists it in its text from deck to the graveyard. But if Sanctuary in the Sky is in the field, whenever this card's Link Summon, you can add one Ancient of Mystery Earth from your deck or graveyard to your hand instead. You can tribute one fairy monster. Target one monster you're putting control to destroy it, only use effects once per turn. So absolutely fantastic addition. Again, something else that was very, very needed for the deck. Honestly, a Link one would have been much better, but you can't have them all. You know, I would have taken a Link one with Right Arrow, to be completely honest. Fiber's a combo piece. This is for going second. I never summon this guy, but you can send this off of Master Flare. The card is actually good. I just never really use it. But he is here. This is something that is definitely cuttable. But its effect is fantastic whenever you copy it with, because of the fact that he can just cheat stuff out of your hand. If a fairy monster is sent from your field to the graveyard, you can banish a fairy from your grave, and then you can summon a fairy from your hand with a higher level than the monster that you banished. Appaloosa is part of your end board. Access code is for breaking boards. Herald is a possible end board piece. This card I just threw in here because it's currently in testing as well. This is something that could come out as well. It's like a Book of Moon. The card is fine, I suppose, but I'm not too sure how much I'm going to use it. This is kind of just sort of here for testing sake. Chaos Ruler is just the best card in the deck. I mean, any deck that plays this card, this is just the best card in the deck. The Master Flare Hyperion is just an insane card as well, copying any of your agent monsters by sending them from deck to grave, or extra deck as well. I think it's just fairy monsters. No, it's monsters that list Sanctuary in the Sky, but anyway, it's just insane being able to copy your Venus to get all your balls out. Also, he has a quick effect banish when your opponent activates a monster effect or summons a monster. I don't know. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you banish a fairy from your grave, and you banish a card in their field, which is just very nice. Baroness, of course, being a generic 10 that you can step up easily into from your Chaos Ruler, and it being generic negation is nice. Sanafond is my rank 8 of choice. You could play a Titanic Galaxy or a Zombie Stein in this slot as well. I just think Sanafond is probably just the best option just due to its floodgate nature, and it just becomes humongous. And the what is this thing's name again? Allvain, the Final Nothingness. Sounds like a fucking Final Fantasy boss. But yeah, this card, of course, just filling a lot of roles for you and giving you a lot of ability to push past stuff with the fusion spell cards, which is nice. But anyway, this is the agent deck profile. This is what I've been working with. Let me know what you guys think down below. All my socials will be down below as well. And again, sorry if the content's not really coming out right now. It's just like I said, I just don't really have a whole ton to post. I have some locals feature matches recorded. I do got to get around to doing those. I actually had an entire set of locals feature matches that I never even posted, just because, honestly, just quite unmotivated. It has nothing to do with the state of my channel. I just think I may need to take a small break from content creation in general, but I did want to get this video out there because I do really enjoy this deck and I wanted to share it with you guys. But anyway, that's all I got. I'll see you.